What if the entire world was stir crazy?
We don't have to wonder. This room is stir crazy.
Hey, I see what you did there. That's nice. That's good.
Well, get your medicinals ready, because here we go! This episode is brought to you by Aguila's Hidaway.
All of them. Get ready.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to the DUM Podcast. I am Don Dario. Again, I've got a special co-host. If you can't tell by what I'm wearing, of course, I'm talking about the meaty stallion, Adam Hadlock, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. Clap
Give
for
it
the
up.
meaty.
Give it
Clap
up.
for the
Right.
meaty.
The meaty
Yeah, I
stallion.
like your swag today, man.
Yeah?
You came through. You got
look
me
at
the
what
shirt
you got.
like you said.
Oh, that's right.
So now I got the shirt. Now you got
and
the
yeah,
chain.
we exchanged.
The hat's a little bit
Get
of a
it.
bonus. You're going to have to buy the stickers and magnets, though.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, we've got a couple awesome guests. First of all, you guys both are a very big part of the community here, so I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have both Lamar Mitchell. Clap it up for Lamar.
Woo! Ow!
And I know her as Savvy, and her real name is Savannah. Welcome, Savannah.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
So you guys, are you allowed to talk about where you guys work at, or should we leave that out?
I'm a double agent, so it's probably not for the best. We can
They
talk
just
a little
both work
bit.
for a very big comedy club here in the Valley, and they both, Lamar puts shows on there all the time, and Savvy actually produces the fucking shows, man. I saw you in the back the other day. Genius. Oh my God. With the, what was it?
DJ.
What Whispers? What was the song that you played?
Careless
And I
Oh,
was like,
Careless Whisper.
Careless Whisper.
Yeah.
That's we do that whenever for open mic on Wednesdays at Stir Crazy. When people go up, if they go over their time a little too much, instead of giving them the flashlight or the light, we wanted everybody to have fun and make it funny, and so we play them off with the best thing we could think of, and that is Careless Whisper.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's the best.
so I wish I could take full credit for that, but that was a combined effort of
It's been, yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
But it seems to be going well. And Lamar half the time will just start singing the song and forget we're doing an open mic. And I'm like,
Yeah.
give him the light. You know what I'm saying? So
Hell yeah, dude.
But
Lamar.
everybody feels it when I start singing.
I feel it
Yeah.
in my jellies. I do.
Dude, it's such a great room, man. You do such a good job with
You
that
do.
freaking
You do.
that mic, man, and the way you run it. Did you come up with the idea to do it like a mixed mic, like a mixed show?
Well, as far as the way the lineup goes, yes. But, when I first was asked to do the open mic, Tom, was like, we can do some book spots. And, of course, the open mic spots or whatever we'll call it. So, yeah, it was, basically,
Yeah. That's a good idea, man. And then I saw the power of having it in a spot where like you get walking traffic, because the other day when I went in, they weren't letting people in because it was just standing room only. Of course, I walk in and all the comics are right by the restroom.
And I want to.
It was weird, but yeah, there were tons of comics there to be on the list. I didn't put my name on because I was like, there already been tons of them. But thank you for adding me to the list just to get in, because I was at first I walked away.
Yeah.
And then Cole East told me, "Hey, you're on the list." I was like, "Oh." I felt special.
Yeah,
So
you guys
thank
are.
for that.
I want people to come out and check it out, especially people that have never been there before.
Exactly.
It's a great room, like you said. And Lamar, I can't give him enough credit. We wouldn't be so successful with open mic if it wasn't for Lamar.
Yeah.
He's a great promoter. He's just got good energy. He's fair. He sees talent and he gives everybody opportunities.
Yeah.
And like I said, I couldn't give him more credit.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been running that mic for 4 years, so after 4 years. I'm happiest.
You got it
Well,
down.
it's
It's
built
where
so
it's
much
at.
where, like, if I'm hanging out with a comedian on Sunday, there's so many times where they're like, "What time is it?" Ah, man, I missed the sign up, and I'm like, "For what?" They're like, "Oh, stir crazy." I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah."
It's Sunday now. It used to be Mondays before. I
Yeah.
need to change. I need to get my alarm on there. I want to go again.
Yeah, we got a lot of people that work, on Mondays, so we felt like, Sunday would probably be the best day to do it.
Yeah.
That's a good
Makes more
idea.
sense.
Yeah, so we switched it.
Yeah,
Take
a lot of
break from
people would
church,
say.
sign up for open mic.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people would say, "Yeah, I can't during that time. I can't." I'm like, "Oh."
Sign up on the Lord's Day. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good mic. We
Jesus.
get a good crowd. We get a lot of repeat customers, people that
customers.
come back.
Yeah, we have
know,
regulars, regular customers now for open
all
mic,
the
and it
time.
sells out almost every week. And I'm just like,
Wow.
golden
For-
ticket over here. Yeah.
For a couple
It's
bucks.
all on her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds like
Yeah.
you guys both get a raise here coming up then, huh?
Right?
I sure hope so. Did you get that? Okay. Send a
He's
copy
gonna
to
say,
Tom.
"Let's raise those prices then."
Oh boy.
Of course. No, but that's cool, man. It's so low that it's affordable to go every week, and it's a great
Every week, bro.
entertainment, bro. And you, my friend, for doing it for 4 years and hosting it,
Yeah.
like, you are a great entertainer, my friend. So I give
Oh,
it up
thank
to
you.
you.
I
bro.
appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I just like having fun with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably been a handful of times that somebody else done it. You know what I mean? I would
Yeah.
say maybe 5 times.
Even when
somebody
you
else
have
hosted.
someone fill in, though, you always pick just the right person, and they do such a good job. So,
Yeah.
but we miss you dearly, so don't ever do it again. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll kill you.
Of course,
Kidding.
of course
I'm
not.
kidding.
I feel like I've never seen that. You promote it, and then if somebody else is it, I've never seen somebody else take your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, only a couple of times. That's good, man.
Yeah, we have Philip Jewell. He's hosted. Ray, I think,
Ray Boyd
hosted
did,
some.
and Michael Patrick
Michael
Hurley. Yeah, they all did great too. I was
Yeah,
really proud of them.
I think that's the only people I can think
Yeah,
of.
I can only think of like 1 or 2 times. 3 times that. Yeah, you've had to have somebody. He's dedicated to the
Yeah, I'm
game,
Hell yeah.
people.
Dedicated. I'm like, this is like me playing in the NBA right now. I ain't
Mama
got no
mentality.
injuries.
That's
I
why
ain't
his
got no
knees are
injuries.
out too.
That's why these knees is shiny and showing.
He's gonna keep
I know.
going.
My gosh.
Shit, you know what I mean? Cocoa buttered up just for this podcast.
I knew I smelled cocoa butter, but I was like, if
Smell
I
it?
say something, is
You
that
smell it?
racist?
Yeah.
I don't know, because cocoa.
It would have been kind of racist.
You're used to
Happy
that.
You know what I mean? Like, if you just be like, hey, you smell like cocoa butter. Oh, yeah, Juneteenth? Like, come on. Savvy, I fuck with you, girl, but
I've been waiting for you to cancel me for a long time, buddy. But
For
you're
real.
just like, no, come on. And I'm like, are you sure? You're a glutton for punishment, I think. So.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
What do you guys got going tonight? You got any shows or anything?
Well, I gotta go to work. I have a headliner Landry tonight, and he's a killer. He's
Nice.
recording tonight too, so it's going to be a great show. We also have Wyatt Cody featuring, who I believe won World Series of Comedy, and a local Stephanie Morris is hosting. So
Ooh, nice.
2 shows tonight. Keeping me busy, always exciting stuff, and then we have a Father's Day show tomorrow with some dry bar comics. So it's gonna be a good weekend. We've
Yeah?
been
Heck
doing
yeah.
good. Yeah,
Hmm.
job security, never a dull moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it? Are you always behind the?
the board.
Yeah.
It's funny. I fought it for a long time. I didn't want to be back there because I was like, what if I mess something up? What if I have to announce him sometimes on open mic, and even that gives me a little anxiety because what do I say? And sometimes I roast you a little, and I'm gonna apologize. Sorry, not sorry. But that's the nature of our relationship. But yeah, no. I started doing the board about a month or 2 ago, and then I just started doing camera work too with Brian Kohatsu, one of our talented video production guys, and. I'm loving it. I love learning every aspect of everything there, and I literally have done every single job there, and
Yeah.
so it's just this is my dream job, and Tom has given me such a great opportunity.
Hell yeah.
I was telling Cole the other day that we go to different clubs, and I used to work at the Improv, Tempe Improv, and I had different positions, but I liked going to the different positions because I found out that I'm addicted to like how things come together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To produce the production
Facts.
of things.
All the moving parts and
I
pieces.
like to see it happen from the beginning to end. And with comedy, I've never seen like something flip from when you're buying tickets. These fuckers will come up just angry. Why is it so much? What about this extra fees? Well, with 2 drink minimum, like just angry. And then you get it inside the building, and then they go through the whole experience, and they come out completely different,
Yep.
laughing.
That's our job.
You know, just all together. It's like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I love seeing that come together.
Absolutely.
When I have you guys here, how long have you been doing comedy? We'll start with you, Savvy. How long?
Oh gosh, stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
You know, I a couple years ago I moved here from Portland, Oregon, and I did a couple open mics there, and I did a class with a guy named Tom Johnson who helped produce Better Call Saul with Bob Odenkirk. So I just dabbled a little. I was like, oh, it's kind of a dream, but it's like not a very lucrative dream to be a stand-up comedian, right? So I never really dove into it. And then when I moved here, I never thought I'd move to Arizona, and I was like, well, if I'm going to move to the hottest place on the earth and be miserable, I'm going to do the thing I love the most, which is comedy.
Yeah.
So here I am, and I started writing some really terrible jokes, and I'm sorry about that. This guy put me up, Sean McCarthy, who runs Tickle Your Bone out at Bridget's Last Laugh, put me up and just encouraged me, and I just recently got to do Trash or Treasure as well. So it's been a couple of years for me, and it's been a slow roll because I've been running Stir Crazy full time for the last couple of years as well. So I'm just starting to try and get out on the scene more. But yeah, long story short, about 2-ish years, 2 or 3. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was nice to see you go up at the open mic. I didn't know that you're in. I knew that you're in the community. I didn't know that you had stuff. I didn't know you had material. She went up and
I think
like
you're
a
being
like
kind
a
when you call it
G,
material.
Like, yeah, I was like, it was so good. No, you like approached the crowd and everything. It was fucking.
My only
nice.
winning thing about me is that I'm not afraid to be an ass in front of people.
Yeah.
So I think that's my
She
claim
felt-
to fame.
I think that's for every comedian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just fun. God, it's just fun to be up with you guys, with your peers, and especially like roasting. I love when we all roast each other because that is the sincerest form of love in the comedy
Right.
world,
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite things. I love your new snap battles that you're doing here at Stir
hell
Crazy.
yeah.
Snap battles.
Yeah. I
First
wanna
one went off without a hitch, and then there's one coming up. Thursday? This next
Yep, that's
Thursday?
next Thursday.
And it's gonna be really good.
It's gonna
I'm
be
excited.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
to get a shirt. Is everybody hitting you up for that? How do I?
Yeah, you can get one. Charlie Speed's
All right.
got them. He'll have them on deck on
All right, cool.
Thursday.
Yeah.
I love that.
Is Charlie doing he's the part of the production for Snap Battles?
Yeah, it's actually his show.
Oh, okay.
His show. He started Snap Battles back in the day when I was younger in the game, and he hadn't been doing it. And I was gonna do because me and you had talked about doing a roast battle show, but I was like, why not resurrect something that was pretty dope?
Hell yeah.
Mm.
So I asked him if he wanted to.
Yeah. Are you helping
You know,
with it? Or are you just?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's our show, but
Yeah.
he's the
He's the main person that created it.
He's the creator of the
Creator.
show.
Nice, Charlie
You know
Spees.
what I mean?
what up?
Yeah.
Shout out, Charlie
Shout out
Spees.
to Charlie Speed.
Yes.
Lamar, how long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing comedy 9 years now. It actually started in this room.
What?
This was the Lighthouse.
In the Lighthouse?
Shout out
Yeah.
Lighthouse.
Open mic or?
Open mic. Open mic.
What?
I was just coming here to hang out, and I was like, in that other room, I'm like, man, they need to do some comedy up in here. And
Yeah.
it was funny because I just turned and looked at the wall with the flyers, and it was there.
And it was there?
So I talked to the bartender. She was like, yeah, it's every Mondays come out. It's Bobby Johnson. He ran the
Bobby
the
Johnson
show.
did it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Shout out
So
Bobby
I
Johnson.
did one show, and I've been doing it ever since. I ain't
Yeah.
stopped.
There you go.
Haven't
There you go.
stopped.
That's awesome. Dude, I love hearing
9
that shit
years.
because it's like, that's why.
No flu. No, I'm just like,
Can't stop, won't stop.
That's why I like putting it on. That's why I wanted to put that one on at Aguila's Hidaway at the bunker, because just for that reason, give somebody something to do out here. I know there's
Yeah.
not a lot of them out here. And
Yeah.
then I think we started it on the Wednesday, and we're just like, we're not going to compete with that. It wasn't to compete at all. It was like
Yeah.
just one of the days that he gave us. But then we're like, no, we're just back down to a Tuesday, so it's not competition.
That's a great room,
and
though.
I'm
I know.
glad you did
Yeah.
Tuesdays because now I can come.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
thank you
I know.
for
when
coming,
I'm
man.
not there
Fuck
on Wednesday,
yeah.
I'm there with you guys on Tuesday,
It's
and it's
fun.
nice to have because I only get
local.
Monday, Tuesdays off.
Yeah.
So the fact that I can on my day off
Oh, hell
go
yeah.
see you guys and do,
Not too
you know,
far away from
yeah,
home,
it's
yeah.
so
Yeah.
close. It's so close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So-
Lamar, what would you say made you wanna? Was it just that you saw it on the thing? But what made you wanna like get up on stage and tell jokes? Like, what was it? Somebody that you saw, or what was it?
Well,
Here we go.
So it started back when I was a young kid in the 80s. No, I've always just been the funny guy in my family, you know, class clown. You know, I'm always willing to push the envelope when it comes to make somebody laugh. I've always been that person. I've always been the person that, you know, if you told me dirty jokes, I'm going to repeat them back to somebody else. Oh, you fuck if it's an adult or whatever. I'm going to tell you these jokes.
Yeah.
Hell
You know what I mean? So I would do that, and, you know, I'll always be there. I was playing pranks, just doing everything that come to comedy. You know what I mean? I used to, you know, grow up watching comedy specials. Like, my parents didn't care. We was watching Delirious, Raw, all of that.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? All of the comedy.
Yep.
I used to go to comedy shows all the time. Then a comedian that was on the scene, we worked together. He was like, "Man, you need to get into comedy because, man, we'll be in the group meetings or the morning meetings,
Yeah.
just killing." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
man, you need to do some
The
stand-up
meeting.
comedy.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
like 4 years later, that's when I seen that thing.
Ah.
No. Before that, I went to a comedy show
Uh-huh.
at the Improv.
Uh-huh.
And I was watching the show. I'm like, oh man,
You could do
I
better.
Can do this easily. Yeah. So
Nice.
so that year,
You started it.
I seen that. Yeah.
Nice.
That's what got me to do the open mic at JJ's. I was like, I don't know if I can do comedy, and everyone's like, I'm gonna sign you up. And I showed up, and I was like, what? And like Rob Maybe was on stage. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not.
Shout out Rob
near
Maybe.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, nah. And like my friends showed up. They're like, what happened? I'm like, oh, they didn't have my name on the list. I don't know. Da, da, da. And then like a few other comics went on, and I was like, all right, I can do this. Like that guy was just really, really good. But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. So
That's awesome, dude.
yeah.
Speaking of like open mics, what was like your favorite open mic like of all time, if you can say?
Where here in Arizona?
In Arizona, because I think Pontiano was on here and he had one is there one that stands out to you that you kind of miss, or that was just completely different? I mean, I know that's
Okay,
my thing,
besides
because
mine, I was-
because
gonna
yours
say,
right now
is
to
it
me is the
nepotism
one.
if we,
I know, but that's now. But that's now. What about back then when you were coming up, before you were doing shows?
No, it's this open mic here.
The one
at,
here at Bobby's?
Bobby's, man, that shit
Yeah?
used to go Monday Madhouse.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh man, man, we'd be in the parking lot and fucking cracking up after the shows.
Yeah.
You know, giving each other, you know, tags or just roast battle. We'd be yeah. Bobby used to have some cracking shows here. On Fridays, man, he'd have his Friday night shows. This
Yeah.
whole room would be filled up with people. When Day Day Peace was hosting it.
Oh, that's who's headlining Improv on the 28th. I'm on that show.
Goofballs.
Yeah, goofball.
Get your
yeah,
tickets.
I'm doing a show in Prescott Flagstaff with him. Somewhere.
When?
Prescott with him
Oh, Preston.
during that week.
Okay.
I think so. One of them damn shows.
somewhere.
I got
That's-
2 shows.
so
one in
this
Winslow,
one-
You're
one
a
in
busy
Prescott.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. And man, that was probably the one that I can say, because I like to do comedy in front of people, not just comedians.
Same.
Yeah.
So, and that show used to bring people. You
People.
know what I mean? So, yeah.
Why do you think? Because it was Bobby?
The scene was just different back then. I mean, on top of it, Bobby was probably maybe one of 3 producers then, and then now it's 75,000. Now when you come out with as a comedian, you come with a comedy show too. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you a comedian, get you a Facebook page, change your name to comedian, and get a show. Like, you know what I mean? In the very first week, and you official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't as many producers. It wasn't as many shows. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know, if you was a West Sider, you probably came here.
Yep, I was gonna say, because there's not a whole lot on the West Side. Like,
No.
I think Stir Crazy is like the only comedy club on the West Side, right?
Yeah,
was
the only
until you started your little.
Well, that's not a
shindig.
comedy club, though. That's, you know.
No, but the bunk. It's
Yeah.
I want to give some shout out to the bunker.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a
Bunker's
great
the shit.
room.
I love it.
Right.
Good people show up to do the mic, and I love that you guys do this thing, the bucket at the end of the night. The fuck it
Right.
bucket is what you
Yeah,
call it,
fuck it
right?
bucket.
I love that because it gives you a chance to do a little improv, and I think that's vital when it
Yeah.
comes to comedy, even stand-up comedy, to have a little bit of improv in there.
Yeah,
So shout out to Aguila's Hidaway.
Yeah,
Is it Hidaway? Yeah.
Hidaway. Yeah, like you also produced the Trash and Treasures, right?
Trash and
Yes.
Treasure, a House of Comedy. Yeah.
House of
Such a fun
Comedy.
show.
Every second Tuesday of the month.
And that's the where like, because I went to one of those and it was just like the idea came from Cole East. It was just like we should do this thing, but like it reminded me of that because it's like there needs to be training for that because I see so many of my good buddies that the comics that go up there and kill it all the time, but that one throws them off. It throws people off just like this. Like I turn on cameras on somebody and some lights and people like freak out, right?
Yeah.
But I like that because that's what we need training on. So I was like, when he said that, I was like, oh, that's what's gonna feed this,
Yeah.
because people are gonna want to now start doing that more and feel more comfortable with that because that would keep people away. I know it kept me away, but now that I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, maybe I can. Maybe now I can.
That Trash or Treasure show is so dope. When I did it, I thought, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, I got laid in the lap. Like, I got this nice, because it was almond milk, and mine was trash. And I was like, oh, yeah, dude, I'm
Lucky.
totally going to win this. I fucking lost. I was like, oh, we're in North Phoenix. I forget. No one drinks
Right.
regular milk anymore.
Exactly.
You got
Lactose.
almond milk as your trash or treasure?
As my trash.
Trash. Okay.
He
I-
was trash
See,
on
okay.
almond milk.
Guess what? My first topic was it. My first one. I don't know. My treasure. I had to argue was marrying your cousin, and the best part of that was Stefan Satani says, "Oh, we picked out a special topic for you." And I'm like, wait a minute, is that what you think of me then? Is that what I look like, that I marry my cousin? You're not wrong. But no, but it was still fun. It challenged me. And it's clear if you watch the tape, it challenged me. But that's the whole point of it, to think on your feet and to have a good time and just make the people laugh.
I like to call it a palate cleanser when it comes to, because we can do so much stand up. This gives you an opportunity to do something different.
Yeah.
Right.
Think from a different part of the brain, comedy wise, and just be able to just have something fun and then go back to doing stand up.
I think that also helps people's writing.
Yeah.
Because now you have a topic and you have to not maybe think the way that you would have thought about it.
Right.
And you're actually taking a different angle towards it where it's like, all right, well, what if I didn't, what if I did like almond milk and, what could I talk about?
It's sharpening the tools.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Sharpening
That
the
way
tools.
you can kind of make your little bag of tricks a little deeper, and that way it can provide better comedy, better entertainment.
I think it's a good confidence booster as well to have to think on your feet like that. And if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Sometimes you're gonna do great, and sometimes you're not.
Yeah.
But that's the ebb and flow of comedy, and you need that.
And like the thing behind it too is like we all do it. We all like are in a conversation, or if you're up on stage doing it, we've all had it where we say, "Oh, I should have said this."
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like
It's the
it gives
whole ride
you,
home.
Yes.
yeah, it gives you an
And then the
opportunity
next
to kind
3
of
days.
train for that. I should have known, and I should have just say it. That's why it's called a Say When open mic. Ta-da. Anyway,
Nice.
Savvy, I didn't get your response on what made you want to start comedy. Was it somebody you saw? Or like, were you just mad? Traffic?
All of the things. No. What made me want to start comedy? When I was young, I had kind of a rough childhood, and my family wasn't around a lot. And
I'm sorry.
no, not a negative thing at all. But who was there was Johnny Carson and Carol Burnett. You know what I mean? Like, those people raised me.
Wow.
I was glued. I never went outside. That's why I'm so pasty. I was always just watching the greats and watching, them get the chair on Johnny Carson, and then their career would blow up. Gary Shandling and just all these great come-uppers. And that's who raised me. And that's why I love comedy.
I hate to say this, but y'all didn't know that Savvy is in her 60s. That's why she's watching Carol Burnett.
Yeah, yeah.
Johnny Carson.
I'm 65 minus
She is
30, but
60.
yes.
Smart Mexican. That's why she.
I am.
still
Thank you.
looks
Shout out.
good.
Shout
Yeah.
out. I didn't put my lip liner or draw on my eyebrows as much today, but thank you for
You're going to
recognizing.
work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You're
got to
not-
keep the
Old
chola
school.
down.
You're
The
not in the-
old school kept you.
The old school, and Nick at Night, God bless it. Like, I grew up with that, and just watching all these like nostalgic type shows, and they don't do a physical humor to me. They don't do that justice anymore. It's all just who can say the quickest thing,
Facts.
And I just love that physical humor. I love that they used to dive into every aspect of comedy and a lot more improv too. I feel like too, and that's where I fell in love. Is I just it took me away from reality of what was going on and put me in a way better place, and from there I just fell in love, like I said.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Comedy's therapeutic to all of us.
Absolutely. I
Jerry
can't afford
Lewis.
therapy, so here we are.
You remember Jerry Lewis?
Oh yeah.
Old school, like
Oh,
that.
yes.
So when you say that, that's kind of like me. I would sit up like kind of how you saying, and traumatic shit happened. But like Jerry Lewis, man, I used to love watching his movies because he used to put everything into comedy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? His
Yep.
movies. That dude was like Jim Carrey mixed
Yep.
with everybody that you can think of today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
was
remember
crazy.
Arsenio Hall show too. I watched that. I'd stay up so late, watch that, get yelled at, go to bed. No, I'm watching Arsenio. And they're like, "Well, are you white or are you black? What are you doing?" And I'm like, I
You
don't
have to
know.
wonder why Savvy was like, boop, 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 boop.
I love black television. Arsenio Hall, Cops, whatever. I love it. Shout out BET.
Shout out Tyler Perry on
Happy
getting it back.
Juneteenth, everybody.
Edit that.
Happy
You said we
Juneteenth.
could edit things, right?
No, leave that
That's
in.
staying in though. We can definitely edit things.
Leave
but
that in.
that's
She
staying
already
in.
said she was racist in the beginning. In the beginning.
No, it's
She's
all
not
Oh.
racist. Her
No, it's
favorite
good.
television show was, or favorite channel was BET.
Yeah, it was
That's
BET.
fine.
She liked Arsenio
Yeah.
Hall. Remember? If you could say who your best, what comic you look up to the most. Not that you follow, you're trying to be like them or anything. It's just like who's your number one, if you can say.
That's a tough question. There's so many. I would say more modern people who are
Yeah.
successful right now. I love. It's kind of stereotypical to say this, I guess, but Bill Burr,
Yeah.
Jimmy Carr, Chelsea Handler. I like these guys just because they push the envelope consistently.
I know you like Dave Attell as well.
Oh, Dave, I would do anything for that man.
Whoa! You
I
heard
wanted to
Dave.
go, but I had
Oh,
to
yeah, the
work.
work,
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on the podcast, Dave. I'll hook you up.
Dave,
No, I'm
how you
just kidding.
doing? No, I saw him and Jeff Ross in Portland doing their Bump and Mike's tour,
Oh, man.
and oh man, I was just in awe of him. He's just, I love his no filter. I love comics that have no filter.
Yeah.
And I think there's a place for clean comedy as well. Not to say anything like that, but I just being able to say whatever you want to say. That's the whole freedom of speech, right? So I don't know,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
I love Dave. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. He was just here at Stand Up Live.
I know, and you were trying to help me get there, and I was like, I gotta work.
Yeah, he did this thing afterwards though, where he brings out all the comics, and he had Aldo Campagna on there.
Yeah,
who's
Yeah,
been
I saw
killing
yeah,
that.
Luis, and who
killing
else
it.
was
Luis.
with him?
There's
I
one
think
more.
Joshua from
He brought him.
Mexico.
Hey, Garrett?
Katz.
No.
Louis Katz. Louis Katz. He always goes with Louis Katz, which is a great comic. I think he's out in New York as well. They were at CB Live before, but this time they're at Stand Up Live, and he brings all the comics that were on the lineup on afterwards, and then he just talks to them,
Which is,
and it's so fucking cool. So cool because it's just shooting the shit, freestyling.
Talking shop.
Everybody's kind of like doing that now. Like when I was on the Chris Red show, it was the same thing. Like he bring out people that was on the show, and then they kind of like do a, audience type play.
Yeah.
And that's cool. And I, that's what kind of when I was doing the On the Mic live show.
I love
That's why
that
I
show.
was kind of doing that, kind of like talk show style, where you can kind of talk to the person that you.
Yeah.
I like
You
too
work,
on that
so-
show that it's not just comedians that you interview. You have artists, you have poets, you have people that have talent in every facet of the entertainment industry, and it's cool to bring a different dynamic to the comedy club.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been seeing a lot of the Q&A after like some of the up and comers, like, oh yeah, I'm headlining afterwards. We're gonna have a Q&A session, and I'm gonna bring up my feature, and we're just gonna answer questions. It's mostly like the TikTok famous people, where they're like, oh, they got famous for TikTok before getting famous for being funny on stage, and then they get booked, and they're like, shit, how do we do this? And so they got 45 minutes to headline, and they're like, well, we're gonna cut this to 20, and then 25 minutes of Q&A.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. It's funny though, man. They're quick on their feet.
Yeah. Speaking of like that, the dynamics of a show, like, I don't know if you ever been to these open mics where they do different types of. It's not just comedy. It could be music. It could be poetry, and music goes up there. And I've said this plenty of times on here. How music just, the energy that it produces is so much more than a comedy. Not that it can. I'm just saying an open mic can, because it could be the shittiest player up there, pink, 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 not even playing things right, but singing. It's a song, but it just produces this energy. If you put a song or singing into a show with comedy, where do you think it belongs? In the middle? Not in the middle. In the front, the end? What is it? Where would you put music, if at all, you were to make a show with that?
I mean, I would think, the middle, actually, because you want to open with what the people. I mean, if it's portrayed as more of a comedy show, it's at a comedy club, you probably want to start with comedy, I would think.
Right.
So I would say the middle would probably be the best spot, because it kind of breaks up the monotony of comic, music, comic. That would be my opinion on
That's
it.
a good suggestion. Yeah?
Yeah.
You think so? You'd say, Lamar?
I probably have to agree with that. My first two shows I ever produced was music and comedy.
Uh-huh.
And it just all depends on what the crowd is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Like I did a show with, the first one I did was Afro Man, and I had comedy. And it was cool, but it was long, fucking winded. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
Like we had a band that was a local band that most of the people that came was for them. You know what I mean? For that local band.
Oh.
And it was pretty dope, but they would be outside while the comics in there. So what you mean?
Yeah.
So I just think maybe that just was probably just not put together.
Okay.
So essentially, play to the crowd too. Think about that.
So
Whatever.
think about
what type of.
So let's say it's like a roast, like how we did the other day. Like if we had, because it was, I don't know, the other day when we did the roast, it seemed like we were doing two different types of things. We did the open mic, and then we went into the roast, and it was just like, I felt like it may have needed something in between, because we played music, but I wasn't comfortable with that. I felt like it should have been seamless. There shouldn't have been this break. Yeah, we still provided music, but it's not enough. Like, there should have been something in it. So, I don't know. I thought maybe a song. I was like, I don't know, somebody singing something. I saw it last night. What was his name? Old School John?
Yeah, Old School John. Yeah.
Old School John, 77 years old. Went up there and
dressed like a pimp. He had polka dots, and he had 3-piece suit on.
Yeah.
Oh my.
He got into some shit, right? And he was trying to dig himself out. And at the end, to end it, he read the room. And then he asked somebody, so anybody like singing? Some girls raised their voice. He's like, you want to sing a song? Yeah. And then he got the whole thing going. And that's how he ended.
That girl could sing too.
She could sing too. Bobby, of course, being the skilled fucking DJ, found the song real quick, started playing it. The whole thing worked out, but he dug himself out through somebody else. I was like, holy shit, that's pretty good. I didn't mean to not ask you this. Who's your number one comic that you would say? Doesn't have to be now. It could be back then. Overall, who would you say?
My favorite comic ever?
We always go with the first, but is that...
You can just say my name, Lamar. It's fine.
Besides Savvy, I would have to go with... To me, I still got to go with Eddie Murphy, because he probably was the most influential in my early knowing of comedy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just the different things he was talking about in the special. I mean, yeah, he couldn't talk about that shit now.
Nah.
Yeah.
But it was relatable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was something that I can kind of identify with. And then to see him go on and, you know, make movies and, you know, to have all of these different characters. You know what I mean? He showed us that comedy can be more than just jumping up on stage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You watch him do sketch comedy on Saturday Night Live.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Mr.
You know what I mean?
Robinson.
Yeah, you watch this dude do everything that you can think of. So to be able to have a Kevin Hart, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because one thing that I didn't realize, because, you know, I'm a black comedian. I watch a lot of black comedy.
What?
I watch a lot of black comedy, not just because it's Juneteenth. I watch a lot of black comedy. So, you know, I didn't know that we are a small dot in the comedy game. Now, we might have some of the best people that haven't done it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Dave Chappelle's, things like that. But it's way more white comics, and they get way more opportunities on certain things than black comics.
Totally.
Because
true.
you know, they look at minorities. Oh, what are they gonna talk about? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
we don't want
Is it gonna
that.
be relatable to what? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some of
yeah.
these bigger clubs.
Yeah.
You know, so you know.
You know who my one of my top ones is Patrice O'Neal, dude. Oh man, I miss that motherfucker. But just the way that he would go up there and just talk, like he would just, and shit that people don't relate to. You know what I mean? Like go off the wall. But I can see now that you say this is why I ask. This is why I like to ask you guys who it is, who your favorite comic is, because now I can see the Eddie Murphy. Not that I'm saying, you know, you're trying to, but like I can see the.
But as far as style wise, I would say probably like laid back, confident, like a Deion Cole, but a storyteller like a Mike Epps.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
God, Mike Epps is so. That was like one of my first live shows
Man.
that I watched was Mike Epps.
Killer. I saw him at the
bro.
Improv.
Yeah, that's
Just-
where I saw him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Wait,
like
did we go together?
06. No, dude, this is a long time ago.
Nice. What was the last big comic that you guys saw perform? I know you guys see him all the time.
Oh gosh, last big comic. You go first. I don't know. I have to think.
I think where I just was just being a regular person. I went and seen Tracy Morgan. I think that was the last.
What?
person.
Where? Arena?
In Maricopa at the casino.
Oh, he did the casino show. Okay.
Yep.
It was funny though, because I was in line. I was standing there, and right in front of me, somebody turned around and like, "Oh, Lamar Mitchell, what are you doing?"
No
over
way you
here?
got
Ain't you supposed
recognized?
to be on the stage? I'm like,
Hell yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
She said,
Dude.
"Well, I'm gonna make sure that I'm following you." Well,
That's awesome.
she be hitting me up all the time though.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know, dude. That's fucking. Have you been recognized yet?
Have I been recognized by people?
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually only because they want me to book them.
You get that a lot?
I do. And it's,
Annoying.
It's not annoying necessarily. It's just that there's a right way to get booked, and I feel
Right.
like there's a lot of
Yeah,
people who
prove
approach
it.
me the wrong way.
Yeah.
And there's you know, you got to play the business game. You got to think. You know, my issue is that there's a lot of comics out there that think they're hot shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can treat people like pieces of
Right.
shit.
Right.
And thanks for the silent clap back there. They have the gift, they have the stuff, but they don't know how to market. They don't know how to present themselves. They don't know how to make sure that they are coming off
Yes.
professional.
They're comics.
You
yes.
know, but yeah,
It's
I
hard.
blacked out and raged now, and I forgot what we were already talking about. But no, you know, I do get approached a little bit about booking. I don't do the booking. I definitely like to recommend people
Yeah.
who I think have so much potential. And I even ask Lamar for his input all the time. Lamar
Yeah.
is a mentor to me. I look
Yeah.
up to him so much,
Yeah,
you
me
know.
too.
And so yeah, I do get approached, but booking at stircrazycomedyclub.com. Stop bothering me. Love you.
Yeah, there's a proper way of doing it.
Bug my boss instead, please, God.
Yeah, when you're dealing with a club, you have to submit your electronic press kit. All right, there's got to be 10 minutes on there. You have to have fucking photos. You have to have proof that you're not some open micer. Like you're trying to fucking get booked. That's legit shit. Don't bother anybody else about it. She can't do. I'm not saying she can't do anything. It's just there's proper ways of doing it. That's if you don't, you get blacklisted and you'll fuck your whole shit up.
I definitely don't try to blacklist people. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I actually try to correct their approach and let them know, but as best I can. But you know, I don't ever X anybody out of the game. Because you never know, you know, like I've had times where I've said or done things in the community and I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I've had to correct myself even. So I'm not perfect. None of us are. Right. But just do your best to come off professional. That's all I can recommend. Yeah.
Get a headshot before you get merch.
Something.
Oh my God.
Damn it.
Jesus.
Get a damn headshot. Get a headshot.
You, homie, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, you know, Bobby Johnson used to tell people, get a headshot. Get a headshot.
Yeah.
Oh,
he would even set up like
he does,
things where you can get you a headshot, and it's just crazy.
He's got a camera now. He's like, you don't have a headshot? Stay after the show. I'm going to put a white background. He just takes a picture of you.
I just want to take some pictures. I've heard that before, haven't we?
There's so many comedians that do photography that come to every show.
Artists.
And it's just like, dude, get a headshot.
Get a headshot. It's that easy.
And even if it ain't one of them ones with the white background, all of that stuff, just get a regular good picture of yourself.
Of you.
Yeah.
They have background removal now.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Just do it on one of your get a good picture. Stop. Start smiling.
You guys are saying all this and I don't even have a headshot.
Let's get one.
I don't have time. I know I need to get one.
Dude, I got such a good picture of you at the open mic the other day. She sat down on the steps just like a pimp, you know, with the mic, just like, I'm going to do what the fuck I want. Fuck this light. I'm going to sit right here and chill. I was like, that was cool.
I need to stop doing that.
What?
Because I feel like it's a disrespect to comedy. It's one thing. It's an open mic. That's one thing.
Does it.
But I do respect the stool or the step, I guess. I need to not do that because I don't want to enable other people to think that that's a good idea.
Thank you for reminding me. I do have a PSA out there, all right? Public service announcement. If you're an open mic, if you're just a comic, period, okay? If you're not going to use the mic stand, put it away. Don't touch it. Don't fondle it. Don't rip it out of its fucking socket.
Unless she's asking for it.
Stop fucking with it. That costs money. It's not your dick. Don't rub it. All right? Get it out of the way. It's distracting. It serves no purpose. Become a professional. There you go. PSA for you motherfuckers.
That's perfect.
Don's salty because he's on his third mic stand
Jesus
now.
Christ, man. Some motherfuckers put it in there. It's like they're driving a stick shift.
No,
what do you do? They start jacking it off. A lot of motherfuckers start jacking it off, and you don't notice it. All the time, just jacking off the mic stand.
I noticed it last
like a
week at our
javelin.
mic, actually. I noticed one person, and I was like, what are they doing over there?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it before.
It's
and now
crazy.
It's
It's just weird because comics are always they're jacking off the fucking mic stand while they're talking about their dicks. Always. So it's like it doesn't mix, dude. But I want to say the other day at the mic at Stir Crazy when it was like all jam packed, like something happened that I was like, man, this is why I do this. This is why I come. This is why it's all fucking amazing. Mr. Uncle Chow was there, right? And he goes to all the open mics, and he sometimes presses a little bit. And I'm gonna have you on here so that we can talk about this. But you picked him, and it was like magic. I don't know how it happened, because of course he's in the back by the restrooms, and we're talking. But you picked him, and it just changed everything. and he did something to the whole community. I don't know if any of you ever seen him at any open mics, but I've talked to him about it, and what he did was he came out with a fucking Asian accent the entire time. The entire time. It was just amazing what he did, because I didn't expect that. I didn't expect you to pick him. It's just all the timing. I was just like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm here. I'm witnessing it. And all the other comics that were there, the other black lady with the red hair, whatever. What was her name again? She was brilliant.
Talking about Jackie?
Jackie.
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, Tinsley.
Yeah.
Tinsley.
She is great, man. Yeah.
Jackie Tinsley is the reason that I'm going to get airbags in my car, right?
Saving lives.
Because she was like, you don't come pick me up if I have to, like, get into your lowrider car, la la. I was like, I'm getting bags. I'm going to raise that bitch. Anyway, but it was a great night, man, and I just thank you for providing that kind of fucking night. You were running it, so I got to give it up to you guys. Good job,
Thank
man.
you.
It was
Thank
fucking
you.
amazing.
I appreciate it.
You get all the credit. I'm behind the scenes. You're America's Black Sweetheart up there. You know that, right?
Oh, there you go.
You are. You
There's
know.
a new title. You should use that next time.
I know. I've been looking, and I've been like, I think I'm pregnant. I don't know.
If it's in the shot, look at the fucking Jordans. Look at these motherfucking Jordans. Jeez. Oh, those are nice, dude. What are those? I don't.
The Jordan 5s,
Jordan 5s.
Concord, some.
Those are nice. Did you order them? Like special?
No,
like,
I
did
bought
you-
them somewhere.
You got them somewhere?
And these girls got me this hat. I actually had to check. It was too big. They got me a hat that was too big.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I ended up getting the same color, but they had this one.
Nice.
So they bought me this for my birthday.
I think it was your birthday, yeah.
What from the girls that stir crazy?
Yep, the
Yeah.
Nice.
stir crazy girls.
I think
my gals.
Kirsa helped with it, too.
Not this time that we were at the open mic, but the other time that we were there, and we got to hang out afterwards and whatever.
Oh, yeah,
they
it
were
was,
all super fucking nice, dude. And
Yeah.
I like. That's what I was saying. I like seeing how everything works together. All the way that you guys work together and have like a little family almost.
It's a family. They
It
like
is.
That was tight.
trust me. They
Oh,
like
man.
sisters.
Yeah, it
It
is.
was going away, right? Like
Yeah.
somebody was going away or
Yeah,
something?
it was a going away party for one of our girls. But she's still, in the rotation. If we ever need her, she said, give her a call. That's how tight our family is. It's like, hey, if you're down and out, Aubriana, if you're down and out, call me. I know I've moved on and I'm doing this now, but like, that's how much people love working there.
Nice.
It's a family, and it's really, it seemed like a dream to me when I was like, wait, I get to sit here and listen to comedy for free and meet all these incredible people.
Fuck yeah.
And just immerse myself in the community. It's great. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a family.
That's one of the reasons I started comedy, is because to surround myself with something that I like. Like I'm in my 40s and shit. It's like,
For real. Yeah.
I gotta be around things that I want in my life.
Yeah.
And like I want to laugh. That's why everybody makes fun of my laugh. But I used to make fun of my brother for this laugh, 'cause I thought it was fake. It's like, but just letting it out, man. Just letting it be whatever it is. Whatever I think's funny, I laugh it out. We had Raven Gregory on
I
here
was
last
just
time.
thinking about him when you said that. I
We were
started to
talking
watch
about
some
that.
of his episode that you guys just posted.
Yeah.
And it was already the first, 5 minutes. I was already dying laughing. I was dying.
That motherfucker. I had to let him start it.
Yeah.
Like,
Of
it was
course.
just too funny. I was like, we have our little thing that we usually start, how we started it.
Yeah.
But the way he started, I was like, that's it right there. I'm just doing it like that. That's it. It's done.
Raven's a
But-
sweetheart.
Oh, he's good. I didn't know
Yeah.
he was a comic writer. I've met lots of comic illustrators.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
met a comic writer. That's what we were talking about
Yeah.
earlier. And that was awesome, man. But yeah, same thing. The same episode kept sitting here, and I fucking take his laugh, and it's just like, oh. I don't know.
Don't ever be
Just-
afraid of your laugh, people.
I
Don't.
know.
Don't.
I love
me.
when you get Kev to laugh so hard he gets up out of his seat and puts his hands on his head and starts like going back and forth.
He started sweating a couple episodes. He's like, oh my God. I was like, are you okay? He's like, yeah. I was like, I'm just sweaty. It's hot in here. I was like, it's cool that your laughter comes out in like sweat. You know?
Comes out in
Oh
sweat.
my
It's
gosh,
crazy.
that's one way. All right.
That's dope.
But thank you guys for being here, man. Savvy, is there anything that you like to promote right now?
Gosh. Yeah, I do have something coming up. I haven't been producing much just because I'm busy with running that place, but I am going to produce a show called Foul Mouth Funny. I did one last year.
Yeah.
Lamar was on it last year, killed it.
Yeah.
Of course. I've only booked a couple people so far, but I think Rob maybe is going to be my headliner.
Oh, yeah.
I think Chase Harder as well.
Oh.
Chase is cold.
And I want to ask, can I say who I'm going to ask, even if they're going to say no? I don't know. But
this
the
could
other
help.
people I'm interested in is Mason Spina,
All right.
Leslie Barton, and Jonathan Gerber.
I think they all will do
He
it.
is
love Gerber.
unhinged, and I am here
I think
for
they
it.
all will
Fuck
do it.
yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
and Ben Lewis. I think I might have Ben Lewis host it because I don't want to host it.
It's
I
a
just
lot. Where are
wanna-
you going to do it? Sir Crazy?
What's that?
Where are you going to do it at?
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be September 7th.
September 7th.
Yep. Yep.
September? Nice.
Yeah.
When you produce a show, how much time do you think you need? Like is that good? 3 months? What?
Yeah, I really don't need a lot of time. It's more about the promotion of it is what you
Okay.
need the time for. But I obviously need to ask these people to be my show. I've already, Robert and Chase already are on board, but
Nice.
I need to get everybody else handled in there. But
Sweet.
I would say you'd need at least a couple months minimum.
Nice.
I don't know, but you're the Sultan of Swag. You do this all the time. What would you say?
That sounds good.
For me,
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
No.
Everybody
got
wants to be on
people.
his show.
no,
Hell
for
yeah,
me,
they do.
it's just shit. I don't know. I have probably like 3 monthly shows.
Yeah.
For a show, I do 3 or 4. I don't know. It just all depends. So if I have only a week to promote,
You just deal with what you deal
I
with.
just, hey,
Hey,
now I'm
put
to
it
the
on.
point. It is what it
It
is.
is what it is.
You know,
Yeah.
and typically I get a good turnout. I got a good group of. I try to book a good group of comedians that know that it's not just getting on that stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're
Like,
actually
right
bringing
now.
it. Yeah.
My Latin Laugh show. Jason Santiago headlining. This dude right here is a beast. He's a
Yeah.
monster. I think we had like 35-6 tickets. And I
Damn.
think he sold 27 of them or something like
He's
that.
Holy
a great
shit.
promoter.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Like
that's how you gotta
90%.
go hard. Like a lot of the times, like when I have certain shows going on, man, I'm in these streets like selling crack. You know what I mean? I'm literally in these streets. I'm pulling up on you. I'm making every opportunity for you to get a ticket as easy as possible. Whether
How?
I'm providing
Like,
you
what
with
do
a
you do?
ticket link, whether I have live tickets
Okay.
with it, whether I have me meeting you, whatever I need to do to make this easy for you, make this purchase easy. Like me, a lot of the times when I'm going that hard, I make sure I have my square little swipe on me.
Mm-hmm.
I have. So
Holy
you say
shit.
you got cash, I take cash. Oh, I don't
Okay.
have nothing on my car. I got. I
Yeah.
take
Do
swipe.
you-
I don't leave an opportunity for
Do
you
you-
to walk away from me.
Do you make it a point to go out to places
Yeah.
just to fucking sell tickets?
Yeah,
Like, that's
to,
what you
to
do?
be honest, if you want to really, if you got a big show, you have to go to that level.
Where do you go?
You have. I mean, I go to barbershop. It just all depends on who's on the show.
Barbershop,
If I'm
smoke
going,
shops are really good.
yeah,
to go
barbershops
to.
are great
Talking.
because they'll let you hang flyers. They'll let you, pass out flyers. I did a show, 2 shows over the summer last year. I think it was summer last year, where it was like at a daycare. It was a hole in the wall, but I sold out. I sold 100+ tickets each show.
Oh,
But I was in the
nice.
streets. I knew for that show I had to get out there because it wasn't a comedy club. Because you got to understand, your comedy club, if per se it's a comedy club, that's already going to be a okay maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if for somebody want to see, okay, it's a go. But if you're trying to get somebody to go somewhere that's not a comedy club,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
see somebody that's local, you know what I mean, or mostly local folks, you're going to be hard. So it
It's
just
gonna be
all
hard.
depends,
Yeah.
man, on what I need to do.
Yeah.
There's a booker
No,
that was
no.
like, because he booked me like 3 times in like a 2-month period, and he was like, "Hey, I need you for another one. Is your family tired of coming to your shows yet?" I'm like, "Bro, my family hasn't been there for the last 4." Like,
I know exactly.
a lot of
what
the
you're talking about.
a lot of the comedians don't realize, like, bro, it's not your family and your coworkers that are going to make you successful in selling
Right.
tickets. It's going to be the strangers.
Right.
When you're waiting in line at QT, have a couple tickets in your pocket. You know, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that producer hurts himself by saying that, I'm going to book you 3 times in 1 month
Yeah.
because I know you're going to bring out all of these people. For one, you just using this person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You 9, 10 times out of 10, if a person doing that, they don't give a fuck if you go up there and say, blue, blah, 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 blah. And get no laughs as long as you bring that audience here.
Message.
You know what I mean? I'm dead ass serious. They using you. Me,
Yep.
I book, man, I'll book you once, and I might want to book you again, but I'm not going to do that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I might book you some time down the road because one thing is going to hurt you as a producer because don't nobody want to keep coming to your damn show and
Yeah.
keep seeing the same damn
Shit.
person.
Right.
That
All the
more than
time.
anything. So I'm not going to book you 3 times in 1 month or in 2 months because you bring a crowd based on the fact I'm not going to do that to my audience. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You know
The
what I mean?
audience. It's audience. It's about the audience putting on a show. Yeah, you're right.
Let me stop. I'll start talking about because
I know. I'm sorry, Savvy.
No, well, no.
Where I know you were telling us about the show you're gonna produce, but where can people follow you?
Oh gosh, I need to be better about.
The Instagram is
Yeah,
Savvy
I need to be better
AF.
about this. Yeah, it's
know that.
Instagram Savvy AF, just because I didn't want to put my actual name out there. And then Instagram's Comedy Savvy as well as TikTok is Comedy Savvy. But
Nice.
I need to put more stuff out there. I'm finally getting some clips, but I have ADHD so hard that it's hard for me to sit there and edit shit. So I might literally just be looking for somebody to edit my shit and be like, "See, you are funny," because I can't find it. But yeah, that's how you can find me on there.
Well, you know me. I'll edit it for you.
But you're moving away, aren't you?
That's what I was gonna say. I have this. I'm moving away. Oh, that reminds me. Since you guys are here, we're gonna be putting on a little party. We're not gonna put it as a show. It's gonna be a party. Maybe a little roasting.
Yes.
You guys are invited. July 22nd
Okay.
is when we set it already. It's gonna be at the bunker.
Perfect.
If you guys can schedule it out, it is a Saturday. I know you're not gonna be able to. I know, but I'm gonna put it out there now. That's why I told you now.
I can ask for
I
time
know.
off. I can't.
That's why I told you now. I know. And if you're busy, if you got a show, I understand, brother. But I just wanted to put it out there now so that you're invited.
No,
I
would
forget.
love to do that.
And
I'll
before
try.
we leave, we need to get a picture, okay? So we don't forget.
Top on or off? Is that? I don't.
Savvy said when the.
I'm asking for Lamar. I don't know. His knees are out.
When most videos. When most cameras weren't rolling, she said, this one was. When most cameras weren't rolling, she said that if we ever get in the weeds, that she would take her top off.
Breasts out for comedy. That's what I'm doing for comedy.
Before we started recording, Adam was like, we're in the weeds. We're in the weeds. So you guys won't see that unless you subscribe to the Patreon. Bitches.
Catch these hands on OnlyFans.
Catch these hands on OnlyFans.
That's right. Lamar, thank you again for being here, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Where can people follow you? What do you have to promote? Do you have websites? Do you have shows?
You can follow me on IG at Lamar Mitchell Jr. or We Major Presents. Follow both, actually. We Major Presents you'll see all the shows. And then if you want to just see my shows and things that I'm booked on, follow me, Lamar Mitchell Jr. I got a bunch of stuff coming up over the next several months. Got to follow me to see it.
That's right. All right, man. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for adding to the funny guys. Mr. Adam Hadlock, Meaty Stallion.
Whoop, whoop.
What do you got going on? I know you got that Goofballs.
Yeah. I got the phone this time because last time I was just like, just follow me. Tonight I'm headlining at Roadhouse. Doesn't matter because this isn't coming out until 2 weeks from now. House of Comedy, 625. Also doesn't matter. June 28th, 10 p.m. Improv. Probably still won't matter. July 15th, I will be at Native Grill in Levine. Have you done that room yet?
I have not.
Bro, that room is
my God.
crazy good.
Yeah.
It's first off, it's a Native Grill, but everyone's there for comedy. Like, we were there during the playoffs.
Yep.
They turn off the TVs,
Wow.
and the
It's in a
room stays
separate-
packed.
Completely
Yeah.
separate
Son.
place. Separate,
Nice.
like, a room. Like, here. Like, if they're going to go to the other bar, it's the other bar. And they're there for that.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
What's that, Trey?
Bobby.
Trey and Bobby. It's Trey's bar, and then I think Bobby just does like the DJ stuff for it. July 21st, Backstreet Asia. July 22nd, The Roast of Don Dario. And then Mic Drop Mania, July 27th.
Hell yeah, man. Well,
Busy.
Okay.
yeah, I want to say, because we were just talking about that, shout out to Bobby Johnson, man. He called me one time. I was doing the Roadhouse with Kev the All-Star one time, and he called me. He's like, hey, can you make it but here at that
Oh, yeah,
at
he
that
hit me
Native
up. I'm
Grill.
like, do you need me? And he's like, no, I got it covered. And then I saw the pictures, and you were there.
Oh, man. So they loved it. Like, you go up there, like, if you went up there,
You're destroyed, bro.
kill.
Yeah.
It's
Kill.
like I didn't even know what Levine was. I was like, what am I gonna walk into? Like,
Right.
I don't know. And then
Yeah,
I'm like,
I've
oh,
seen
this
that
is like a
room.
West Side room. Like, this is dope.
Mm-hmm.
And but the fact that they love, I guess there's not a whole lot of shit to do in Levine because they were all there to watch that. It was
I was gonna
crazy.
say I'm not from here originally, so like I've just heard Levine, and all I see is that. So I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Somebody's probably more than likely getting shot across the street.
The only reason I know about
That's-
But
Apache
it's a
Junction.
nice neighborhood
Nice
to get
neighborhood.
shot in.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
It
Yeah.
really is. Like, I mean, you
That's-
don't want to get
It's
shot.
the hood in
Ghetto.
disguise, bro.
That's-
It's kind of.
That's how I feel going to, North Phoenix or Scottsdale. So
The only-
I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Bobby Johnson because now we learn, he started some shit. I like
Oh,
that
yeah,
people
Bobby
start
the man,
things.
Bobby the man.
Yeah, and help kind of grow the comedy community. Shout out to you guys for doing what you do. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Thank
all
you.
for watching. Remember, stay safe. Have fun in life, folks.
Yes.
Peace.
Tip your waitress.